Yeah, when one learned of Oprah Alex passing on, sad moment. It was very, very difficult to process what has happened, given, the last few months his health having deteriorated. And for some reason, I had very, very, very good conversations with him, especially in the beginning part of this season. Many a times over lunch, we'll sit, have our chats when everyone is gone. And how he, encouraged, motivated me, and seeing, the stories behind the scenes about how this team was built and his influences in helping players settle. Also how very, very clever guy in terms of how you always see the team and see the players coming in as to how this one will survive, how this one won't make it. So it was very, very difficult to really, honestly, process Ubra Alex's passing because it's not one that's expected at this particular moment in time, especially. Yes, we knew that he was not, at his best in terms of his health deteriorating. But one one had wished that he'd be longer enough with us to see the second star coming onto the shirt, and I think that would have been a dream come true for him and for all of us at Mamelodi Sundowns to be part of this history, having spent half of his life plus on this club.
And how long have you known it?
Yeah, look, being Tuana Mupitori, you grew up, 80s playing football, Ekasi, and then the piano and shoeshine era of Sundowns. You wanted to play for Sundowns. I know, the late Iwi Kambule, may his soul rest in peace. A few times he tried to get me, into Sundown setup, and but never materialized. So, but yeah, one's memory of Upra Alex during the era of Upra Zola, was a man who's charismatic, stylish. Bafana was style, Bafana was Pitori. When Sundowns played the Soweto Giants, before the game, you were looking forward to listen to Upra Alex, on the radio. The English was top drawer, Oxford Dictionary stuff. And sometimes you will mellow it down, to be able to make it relevant to the audience. Very, very intelligent person. So growing up, Nabupra Alex Nerumuiziga style in terms of Lesela, Pretoria style, Nerumuiziga,
Logos.
yeah, and Limazaza. That change and Goldfingers, of course, became fashionable. So being a youngster and growing in Pretoria, and Majita Pitori, always style was an in thing in that period, that decade of 80s to 90s. But Bra Alex was up there among the best. You wanted to be close to him, and it wasn't easy. But gentle soul, loving person, even then.
And how do you, well, you never replace him, but the shoes are just going to be too big to fill.
Yeah, these are humanitas, gigantic human beings that are irreplaceable. To be honest with you, these are what I would call God's perfect creation. For the purposes that God had brought them into this world to try to shape people, and very, very God fearing man I learned, in the last 2 3 years, and very, very good with the scriptures, unbelievably so, the talented. So in terms of the purpose he had come to serve, he served it very, very well. In terms of the talents that God had given him, he really, really apply them and use them optimally. And I think these are some of the lessons that we can take as young guys moving forward, especially for the upcoming generations, because even the scriptures really attest to that God says, I give you talents, for you to go use them to maximize and create opportunities out of these talents. And Bra Alex, for me, would be a shining example of that. You put him in any situation, he would rise. You put him in a difficult situations, he handles it. You put him in a situation where he has to maneuver, he maneuvers. That's how multi-talented and he was, in terms of what God had given him.
And I would to maybe say this current team, if maybe not this season, maybe next season, they must win the Champions League to honor him.
Look, for me, with what has happened now, I'm sure for all of us at Mamelodi Sundowns, and especially now at this moment in time, the guys that are in Morocco at this point in time, if there's extra motivation, to push to win the Champions League, I think what has happened, said as it is, for a lot of us, you know, this is the extra drive that the team can get to give it their optimum best, to try to bring the star on. And of course, with that said, and with a full belief and commitment, I have the confidence and the belief, in the structure that we have now, that they can bring the star, also given the competition that is before us. So I think also with the inspiration, through Bra Alex's soul, wherever he is, may his soul rest in peace, of course. I think when that extra edge and drive is needed, I'm certain that if there's an angel that can be called down to go assist the team, Bra Alex will be the first one, no shadow of doubt. So on that note, we want to wish Amasandawana all the luck, all the hard work, all the drive to go win this two-legged tie against Wydad, go to the final and bring the second star in the honor of Ubra Alex.